workers in a workplace with one employer. So the Communication Workers Union, for example, represent people who work for the post office. But the big difference with us is that most of our members are self-employed. So most of them don't have an employer who we can sort of consistently go back to and fight for rights, fight for more pay. Those employers that they do have, they probably have about 4 different employers in a day sometimes. Some of them are doing music teaching, some of them are gigging in the evening, they might be doing bits of writing work or session playing. So they're sort of self-employed, but there's also a big matrix of employers up there as well. And for us, that means that we just have to be on top of who those people are constantly, know what the music industry is doing, know who the major players are, who those people are who are going to be engaging our members, even if it's just for a day. As I said, I'll whiz through this. We do look after the interests of all musicians, ages, genres and backgrounds. We were set up by a theatrical musician in the late 1800s, but now we've sort of expanded to represent people in metal, jazz, pop, indie, math metal, that's a thing I found out recently from a member. And our members do everything from, as I said, writing music, so obviously we get quite a lot of queries about the copyright side of things there. I think as a mission statement, protecting musicians' copyright has got to be something I'm really interested in, because I see quite a lot of bad deals offered to musicians which compromise their copyright and take away their right to exploit their own music. I think probably the most famous example of that is that Michael Jackson owned the back catalogue to the Beatles for years, and bought that, so they weren't actually able to have a say in where their music was and wasn't exploited, how it was released on different website discs. What was that?
Paul McCartney still does it. You can't do anything with the Beatles music.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? So, I mean, that's exactly the kind of thing that I'm always trying to help prevent. We've got members who play live. We've got, across the country, we've got 30,000 members who are musicians, so that's people who make all part of their income of music. And of those 30,000, about 70% of them teach in some way. Like a really small percentage of our membership are actually music teachers, so the music teacher in a classroom at school. But the rest of them tend to do a little bit of private teaching work, perhaps in the evenings, or some work in schools to supplement their incomes. And basically what we say is that our members have a portfolio career. Are you guys all professional? Well, maybe what you're doing, but you're all professionally working already, getting paid for it.
We all teach them.
I know you're with that.
Several.
So yeah, you will probably find that already you've got a portfolio career. Of our members, as I said, most of them are self-employed. The only exception to that is probably the orchestral and the theatre players who do work for an employer, which is a production company, and they've got national agreements where we negotiate their rates of pay, their holiday, how long they're allowed to work for, and so on. We also represent session musicians and people working for the media in every sort of way that transpires. So people who are writing music for TV, when people's music is embedded into adverts or movie trailers. And actually this is something that we've seen a huge increase in the last couple of years, as people asking for advice on synchronization deals. If you're recording your own music, this might be something people have mentioned to you as a good way to monetize your music, is to get it synchronized with an advert, a movie trailer, or in a movie, or a TV program. There is still quite good money to be made, and there's a lot of companies who offer sort of gateway between yourself and those companies. So you can upload your music onto their website.
They're called the Signature.
Yeah, that's one of them, but there's about 25 high-profile ones, and then there's ones behind that as well that are just starting out for. And they either passively just host your music on their website and then offer their website for people to come and explore it, to listen to things like genre folders, folders depending on whether it's female vocals, male vocals, mood folders, happy, sad, in the bath, that type of thing. And then there are ones that really actively go out and push your music and kind of do pitches to companies. And obviously, depending on the level of the work they're putting in, depends very much on the percentage they'll take from the final fee. And those fees are falling because this has become such a popular thing to try and do. It's now turned into a buyer's market. So the fees that were around even a year ago have fallen quite significantly. So it's something to bear in mind.